Welcome to the house that Rodney built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
The give to the tailback. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go right back to it. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are feeling it.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing. A 23-yard try. What a disappointment. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
On the move at the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Right back to the well. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. He's looking downfield to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. It's complete. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They're going to ride this running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'd go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense where now they got a manageable situation.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. trying to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Feeling some heat. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. The offense lining up for a first down play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Turns it on at midfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. At the 35, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give out of the gun. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think
he's taking the shot. And that ball is picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. The 20. And he is taking it all the way back. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
there is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? The rest of college football should take notice. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Looking to move it through the air. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
The Horned Frogs racing to the line in a hurry-up.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be...
And they got him for the sack.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
Dances away.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle. It's Baker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Across the 25, he's got room. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll ride the hot hand. Spins away from the defense.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Buys a little time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as low.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. And it's right down the boulevard. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid.
He's going up top. And he's got it inside the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And the point after is good. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Unloads it left. He's got an open man. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on 1st down. Hit as he throws. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. You can't wait for this game to be over.
Throws toward the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
No good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away yet. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to start the second half. Just unloaded on the kickoff. on a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
At the 45 on its way. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. It couldn't stop the offense from picking up that 1st down on that run play.
Quick release by the QB. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Irish! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin. Now, you just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Power football with the run. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They go to the draw. Oh, how did you make that move? Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Horned Frogs in the hurry-up. Coming out on first down with the play fake. On the move to his left. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. He wants to throw it. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Baker. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. He unleashes a long one. It's complete. A huge pickup. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And the extra point cuts into the lead just a touch, 35-10. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they pay it. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing.
Hit the afterburners, kid. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite.
He's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. Running with power. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. 42 Spider. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal